And now from our studios in downtown Winnipeg, it's time for 107 Live.
Good morning and welcome to 107 Live. My name is Michael Wolch, your host, and in the studio this morning we have Manitoba's newest choral ensemble. They're shaking up the choral community. They're known as Polycoro, usually a group of 16 voices. They're pared down to 6, and their director also is in the studio. Wanted to say good morning. We'll say a quick good morning to John, their director, as we swing the microphone over.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Doing very well, thank you. It was an early one.
Well, I know. You know, everybody says that, and I think, well, it's not so early. I mean, it's already almost my lunchtime, so it really is, honestly.
It's almost my lunchtime, too, coming from Morden, let me tell you.
Coming from Morden.
I came from Morden this morning. Yeah.
All right. Well, before you guys sing, why don't you tell me what you're going to sing this morning right now?
Well, this morning we're going to sing Rise Up My Love by Willen. I think it's a piece that a lot of the choral community here would know very well already.
Healy Willen.
Yeah.
Okay, well, take it away.
Rise up, my love, my fair one, and come away. For lo, the winter is past, the rain is over and gone. The flowers upon the earth, the time of the singing of birds is come. Arise, my love, my fair one, and come away. Come
Beautiful. Music of Healy Willen. John, let's chat with you for a moment. This is Polycoro in the studio for 107 Live. John Wiens, not singing, he's the artistic director and conductor. He did say off air sometimes he does catch himself singing, which would be okay, I suppose, as long as it's not me singing. I don't have the best voice.
Well, it's all right, but you have to make sure you warm up, otherwise you don't sing in tune and you throw the choir off.
And you can't even mouth the words, huh?
Yeah,
I guess you get caught in a small group like this. So let's talk for a little bit about how did this group come together, because it's kind of an anomaly in a sense of choral groups in Winnipeg. It's taken from a whole bunch of different I guess choirs and people with different backgrounds. How did all this come about, Polycoro?
It started a number of years ago when my brother organized a concert. His name is Paul.
Paul, yep.
Paul organized a concert of the Bach motets, One on a Voice, that I conducted, and I think, Dan, you sang in it, didn't you? Mm-hmm. And many of the founding members of Polycoro sang in it, and after a hiatus, they sort of got back to me and said, hey, do you think we could do another one? And that turned into Polycoro. And we did a concert last year, and there was an unbelievable response from the public and from the singers, and so we're doing it again, and we're going to keep doing it, I think.
So what are the challenges of getting all these people together and with from all their various backgrounds and trying to pull everybody from their day jobs and from all the other things that they do? I mean, there's a lot of there's 16 of you in total. Again, there's 6 singers and yourself, and we'll chat with in a minute with a couple of the singers. But what are those challenges?
I think the hardest part is trying to find the common ground amongst all of the different styles of training that everybody's had, because there's so many great singers, but they all come from very wide experience levels, not from in terms of like how much experience they have, but where they have it. And so figuring out how to mediate all of those levels of experience into one unified whole is a real challenge, especially with the kind of music that we're mandated to do, which is music that is for 8 voices or more.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of the time anyway. This piece doesn't have that. That Willin doesn't have that element, but almost everything we does.
So you're as much mediator as you are artistic director, and suppose all the different.
Well, I don't know if they feel like I'm a mediator. You can ask them.
Well, let me ask them. Let's chat. Well, Sarah Jo, I know people probably recognize Sarah Jo. She does a show here on Classic 107. She's going to take a break because she's going to be in the studio. She's the host of Diamond Lane. She's one of the singers. Why don't we move it? We'll chat with Jane. Jane is one of the sopranos. Come on up to the microphone there for a second, Jane.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for coming in this morning. Early? Is it early for you too?
It is.
It is
early.
I know musicians. It's all musicians. Whether you're a choral singer, you're a rock star, it's always early, you know?
We have our rehearsals usually in the evening, and by the time, unwind and stuff, it's
So tell us, for you singing in this group, how is it different from singing in some of the other groups you've been in?
I just think the first thing that comes to mind is just the expectation of just a higher expectation of music making and being prepared. You want to come just knowing your notes and everything just super well, so you can, when we all get there, we can just take everything to the next level as soon as we can. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think that's the biggest, but it's great. I love it.
And the camaraderie.
Yeah, and that's coming.
Everybody gets along. So we know it's always perfect, right? Mm-hmm. Actually, it is always perfect.
So far, we're still young.
Yeah. Thank you, Jane. I'll introduce all the members of the group quickly. We have I just spoke to Jane Fingler, soprano. We have Sarah Klefstad. We have Chris Danlevy, Jonathan Talbot, Dan Peasgood as well, and Sarah Jo Kirsch. And we have John Weens, the artistic director. We'll swing it all the way over to the end. Why don't we chat with Chris for a second? All the way towards the end there.
Hey.
Good morning. So, as the microphone slips on him.
Yeah.
Chris, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well.
So how do you find singing with Polycoro? What are the challenges for you?
Well, the challenges for me are singing independently. Mm-hmm. I'm used to a bigger choir, so having that onus put on individual members is really cool. It makes one have to step in a little bit more and have that confidence of their convictions, mm-hmm. Which is great, as I'm studying performance at universities. So having that confidence and having to learn that confidence, it's a life skill. So, yeah.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. Well, one more quick question. We'll have Sarah come up to the... she was hoping not to be. That's why I chose you, right? You ever choose... and maybe John can jump in, too, if he wants. There's... I guess, Sarah, we have a commercial running that says you're changing the choral landscape. In your mind, how is Polycoro kind of adding to that landscape? I wouldn't say changing, but say adding to the landscape of choral music here in Manitoba.
I'm glad you didn't ask me a hard question.
Well, in your mind, it doesn't have. There's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah, no, Polycoro is definitely going to change the landscape. I think we have a unified vision of where we want to go and what we want to do. Myself, I'm one of the newest members of this ensemble. However, I've sung with almost all of these people in lots of different groups, and so I don't feel like a new person. I don't feel like there's lots of new blending that I'm learning how to do. It's just we know each other so well, we sing together so well. I think we just all really want to take this to the next level and just be doing something that we all really enjoy together in a really nice way.
And bringing your broad range of styles into sort of one harmonic style.
And with that, just learning from each other and drawing from each other's experiences to really, learn as much as we can.
Thank you. You did well.
Well, thank you very much.
All right. So we're going to have one more piece here by Polycoro as they're getting ready for their concert on Sunday. And what have we got, John? What have we got lined up for the last piece here?
We're going to do a very little-known work by McFadden called Orpheus and His Lute.
Oh, I like that one. Okay, here we are. Here's Polycoro with Orpheus and His Lute.
Excuse me. There it is.
Look at it.
They're just finding the right page, so they're on the right page together.
Orpheus the mountain tops that freeze bow themselves when he did sing. Let trees and mountains bow themselves when he did sing. To his music, plants and flowers ever strong. The sun and showers there had made a lasting spring.
Beautiful, short but sweet. You wanted to wrap up there. I think they wanted to keep singing, but that's beautiful. Thank you for coming in. That's Polycoro. They have, well, part of Polycoro. There's 16 of them. There were 6 in. I had a few sopranos, a tenor, a baritone, and a countertenor, and their artistic director and conductor, John Weens, as well. They're performing on Sunday. You can go to polycoro.ca for more information. Tickets available at the door and at McNally Robinson Sunday at Augustine United Church at 7 p.m. Thank you again all for coming in. Appreciate you guys getting up early in the morning. You can go back to sleep now. Spend the rest of the afternoon napping.
From our studios in downtown Winnipeg, you've been listening to 107 Live, Classic 107's Intimate Concert Series, the soundtrack for your life.